Hey there, my name is Caitlin Bandy and this is my channel BandysBooks, and today is Tuesday, so you know what that means. We're here with a tag video, and because it's Valentine's Day, we're going to be doing the Valentine's Day tag. The version of the tag that I'm doing today was created by Epic Reads. There are several versions of the Valentine's Day tag out there created by different accounts, so don't be confused if this one seems different than one you've seen. And before we jump into it, I just want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day, whether you're celebrating with someone that you love or you're celebrating by yourself. I hope that you have lots of good books, good food, maybe a cool adventure. Whatever it is that you like, I hope your day is filled with it. So let's get to question one. First book crush. I don't know if I had a book crush when I was a young person, at least not that I can really remember or recall. But retrospectively, I think the person that I should have been crushing on hard the whole time was Samwise Gamgee from the Lord of the Rings series. Sam is the guy that I think everybody should have a book crush on. Now, while everyone's busy chasing bad boys and like tragic figures and stuff, let's explain why Sam is the guy that everyone should be crushing on. First of all, the dude eats like 8 times a day. He loves food. So you're never going to be disappointed going out to a meal with Samwise Gamgee. He also can cook. We see evidence of this multiple times over in the Lord of the Rings series where he's whipping up meals for the other hobbits. I love a dude that can cook, so that is a huge plus. He's super, super loyal. He goes all the way to friggin' Mordor with Frodo and back without complaint. And when he feels that Frodo can't make it to the end goal, he's willing to sacrifice and pick up the ring and carry it on himself. And he's just the height of the encouraging friend that everybody needs. Like when Frodo is failing, he doesn't just immediately take over. He tries his hardest to encourage him to keep going. He tries to motivate him. He's like literally the best friend somebody could ask for. So between the cooking, the food, love of food, the loyalty, and the willingness to do hard work, I think we've already described a pretty cool person. But then what I also really love is he comes back from this whole adventure. You know, he's crossed this whole world. He's seen the worst of humanity, for lack of better terms, and he's come back to the Shire. And obviously he's been through some traumatic stuff. Frodo's messed up, and Sam comes home and he gets into his gardening, right? And he starts building a beautiful garden and allowing himself to deal with what he's been through, and he readjusts to life, and he meets a nice girl, and he becomes a happy, lovable person again that he was at the beginning of the book. And I just think that that's such a special thing. I think that the ability to process what he's been through, the ability to be thankful for what he has when he comes home and move forward. And he's a changed person, he's a wiser person, he's a more experienced person, but he doesn't let it make him a jaded person. And I think that's just such a unique characteristic. I think he would make an excellent book crush. Question 2, what book would you want as your Valentine? I'm not sure what this question means exactly. Is it like a specific character from a book that I would want to be my Valentine, or is it asking physically what book would I like to receive for Valentine's Day? And if it's physically asking me what book I'd like to receive for Valentine's Day, honestly, I have a million books on my list. I can think off the top of my head, I'm missing book 3 from the Scholomance series by Naomi Novik, so I would love to have a copy of that. Question 3, candy hearts or chocolate? Is this even a question? I mean, candy hearts are cute, but does anyone actually really enjoy eating those? Like, it's like eating kind of sweet chalk. Definitely chocolate. And I'm not even the biggest chocolate fan. Like, I enjoy chocolate once in a while, like a piece or two here and there. But yeah, definitely if I have the choice between sweet chalk and chocolate, definitely picking chocolate. Question number 4, what book would you gift to your true love? So in this case, I'm thinking of what book I would gift to my partner Oz. He is not a big reader, so it'd be kind of weird to gift him books in the first place because he doesn't like to read that much. But one thing that we did read together, which was a lot of fun when we first started dating, I was working on my Spanish pronunciation and expanding my vocabulary. I was working in a elder care coordination center. Like, I was basically scheduling caregivers to go to people's homes and take care of them for low-income families. And part of my job was translation work. 50% of our clients were Spanish speaking, and I am completely self-taught in Spanish. My Spanish came from kitchens, so it's not the most refined sounding Spanish. And my goal was to increase my vocabulary, learn to speak more politely. And so I started reading literature in Spanish. And one of the first series that I started reading in Spanish was Carlos Ruiz Zafón's The Cemetery of Forgotten Books, El Cementerio de los Libros Olvidados. And one of the things that I wanted to do was really work on my pronunciation. So I bought all 4 books in Spanish, and Oz and I would go on reading dates, and we would go to like a coffee shop, or we'd go to a park and like lay on a blanket, and I would read to him aloud in Spanish from these books. And then he would very politely correct any pronunciation mistakes that I was making. And it just really, really helped. It grew my vocabulary exponentially. It really helped my pronunciation. It was just really like one of the best series of dates that I had, and it's a series that I hold very dear because of that reason. So I guess if I was gonna gift him a book for sentimental reasons, I would probably gift him that series of books. Question 5, favorite rom-com. So typically I would just pull the book off the shelf, and my books are usually organized by color and displayed very prominently, so it'd be very easy to find. But as you can see by the massive stacks of books behind me, I am currently in the process of organizing my bookshelf, so I don't know where this book is at the moment. But probably my favorite rom-com so far is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is a really cute kind of snarky romance about the son of the President of the United States and the guy that's in line to become the King of England, basically. And the two of them know each other from different political functions and things like that. They've had kind of a rivalry because they're each, you know, like political royalty from where they're from. And eventually they kind of fall for each other. And it's a really cute story. It was the first time that I ever read a romance and actually felt interested in it. And it stuck with me as being one of my favorite rom-coms. Question 6, best Valentine's Day gift you've ever received. I don't know. I typically, as an adult, haven't really celebrated Valentine's in a super like grand way. I don't usually first of all, I've worked in restaurants most of my adult life, or all of my adult life, with the exception of like the 2 years of the pandemic. So I never got to be off on Valentine's Day. Working in restaurants has required that I have worked literally almost every single Valentine's Day. And the Valentine's days that I haven't worked, I definitely don't want to go out to restaurants because I feel so sorry for all of the people that are stuck waiting tables and cooking, because literally every single person that they are dealing with on that day wants to be treated special, and if anything goes wrong, you've ruined their special day. It's from the back end of things, like working in restaurants, it's not a fun day to work at all. So I tend to kind of avoid doing anything on Valentine's Day. So we either celebrate typically before or after. And if we do celebrate on Valentine's Day, it's usually at home and it's not in like a super dramatic fashion. But as far as like best Valentine's Day gifts, I would say that probably when I was a kid, my mom used to make me like little sweet Valentine's Day bags. And you know, they would have like cute shirts or like just little trinkets and things. And I always thought that that was really sweet that my mom did that for me. Made sure that I always had a Valentine's gift when I was growing up. Question number 7, your favorite thing about Valentine's Day. So for me, Valentine's Day, I try to look at it a little differently than I think most people do. Most people, I think, look at Valentine's Day as a day to celebrate the love in their life in terms of like romantic love. And I look at it that way too. Of course, I celebrate the romantic love in my life, but I also try to celebrate the romantic love in my life on a regular basis, not just on Valentine's Day. So for me, I use Valentine's Day as a reminder to appreciate all the different people in my life that I appreciate, whether that's my friends, my coworkers, all of you lovely people here on Booktube. I just want Valentine's Day to be a reminder for me to say to the people that I care about them. And in relationship to Booktube specifically, if you want to hear about the lovely people in Booktube that I shouted out recently for Valentine's Day, have a look up here, 23 different Booktubers you should follow in 2023, all amazing, wonderful, talented people, and that's my little Valentine's Day shout out. So that's the end of this book tag. I hope that you found it interesting. If you did, you know what to do, hit that like button, comment down below, and let me know how you're going to be spending your Valentine's Day. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, you know what to do, hit the subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you never miss a video, and that way we can see each other again in the future. Thanks for joining. Bye.